Good evening, Dr. Sachita Chakravarti, to Nashville Education Foundation. I would like to have some interaction with you and how you are sharing the knowledge and how you are motivating people for enhancing the productivity. Of course, I will let you know that our tagline is enhancing productivity, enriching life. So you are a behavioral expert and do have a contribution in the society, working as a professional in enhancing productivity, in enhancing the behavioral science, and enhancing the human efficiency factor. So, what I feel your topic, as you have focused that you are more inclined for emotional intelligence as correlated with leadership for effective upcoming of leadership or effective outcomes as a leader. So, what is your view? How can you explain the emotional intelligence part and its correlation with leadership and for effectiveness in that particular leadership? How you do that?
Okay, thank you for inviting me to be part of this insightful podcast. Insightful knowledge sharing is truly an honor to share perspective on emotional intelligence and leadership. So, what actually EI empowers leaders to understand emotions, build stronger relationship, make balanced decisions, and foster productive, technology driven, and people centric workplace. I'm delighted to be here today. And regarding your first question that you have asked me is what actually leadership is all about. Honestly, emotional intelligence is all about. Emotional intelligence is, in lead emotional intelligence in leadership. Actually, it refers to the ability to recognize, understand, regulate, and effectively use emotions, both one's own and others, to guide decision making and relationship. Leaders with high EI, that is emotional intelligence, foster trust, reduce workplace conflict, enhance collaboration, and improve employee engagement. And EI helps leaders manage remote teams, even if someone is working through a remote place. It can also it will definitely manage the teams with the support of EI, digital fatigue, and rapid change, and thereby increasing productivity and psychological safety. Yeah.
Okay, but leadership does have various levels, no? From leadership one, two, three, four, five, and all these things. So, which leadership level you are targeting for ultimately? Do you start from the level 1 to 5 or something like that? Or you start from 3, 4 to 5? You take people who are in the level 2, 3, 4 or something like that, and off for 5 something. What do you do exactly? Which level of leadership you are focusing for?
Look, actually, my purpose is to introduce emotional intelligence in leadership. Right now, I'm not categorizing leadership in different parts. Of course, there are multiple types of leadership. I'm not going into that. But
Okay.
yeah, how EI can help leadership to grow in the, this is something I'm working on.
So your focus is basically on enhancing the leadership concept in a simple way. And which
Yeah,
level?
it's, yeah,
So
of,
it depends. It depends which type of gathering or which type of learners group you find or something like that. Based on that, you do the deliverables. Is it okay?
yeah, that is true. Actually, you know, my interest evolved from observing that technical competence alone does not sustain in leadership success. So leaders who manage emotions effectively lead, they tend to build stronger teams and adapt better to technological transformation and maintain long-term organizational stability.
Okay.
You know, Actually, emotional intelligence breaches human behavior and technological progress,
Yes.
ensuring productivity without compromising well-being.
Yes. Productivity in every sense of life.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So, what inspired you to specialize in this leadership concept? Means you are very focused for leadership concepts, developing concept, or teaching concept, or coaching concept, or taking consulting assignment on this leadership concept.
Particularly,
So,
my focus is on coaching. Yeah, please go ahead.
so is it aligned with emotional intelligence, or also aligned with some other factors of where you have come to a conclusion that you should do a specialized in this leadership concept only?
See, actually, leadership is a wonderful concept. I don't want to go deeper into the leadership, but yeah, with the help, with the support of emotional intelligence, I feel that it can definitely improve the leadership quality in any setup, any organization, and that is much needed. That is much needed at this stage, right?
Okay.
Everyone needs. See, there are multiple teams, and these team lead have a lot of people who are working for them. So it's very much needed, to have those qualities ingrained in the leader, right?
So is there any age group or any category you have formed? So based on those category or those variables, you give leadership coaching to different level and different times or some different environment. Because I feel that leadership itself changes, the concepts of leadership and the teachings and learnings of leadership changes as per the environment science, as per the behavioral science and everything. So every person or every individual or every group or every cohesive, it needs cohesiveness. So you need to know the cohesiveness, you need to develop the group cohesiveness and then teach them leadership concept. And how do you evaluate each and every person? What I mean to say in very brief.
Yeah. So actually, as I said, that my focus is on emotional intelligence,
Yeah.
which can be applicable in any particular domain. And here, actually, I'm considering leadership as one of the domain where actually I want to use emotional intelligence. See, leadership presence is the ability to inspire confidence, communicate clarity, and maintain composure you know during uncertainty. It's particularly very much needed during uncertainty. And emotional intelligence enhances presence by improving self-awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation, enabling leaders to remain authentic and credible. And in digital environment, this presence strengthens virtual communication and remote workforce engagement.
Okay. So whenever you be there for a group or something like that, of course, for doing the leadership development or coaching, whatever you feel convenient, I feel if there is a group, you need to understand the group cohesiveness.
Absolutely.
And how do you learn the group cohesiveness? How do you evaluate that particular group where we are going to give them a coaching or something like that? And based on those cohesiveness, how are the deliverables made? Are you made for a ready-made, tailor-made program for each and every individual, or it is a group cohesiveness leadership teachings you deliver that this is the group cohesiveness, these are the standard operating practices you should do, and based on those concepts, the group should work in that. That is the behavioral science you are defining. What do you exactly do in that way?
Yeah. So look, actually, it's very difficult to distinguish between the quality of groups. We cannot
Yes,
say which group to which groups need intervention.
yes,
So what we do usually, we do not categorize. Rather, we just find the different level of management. If it is senior management, we try to incorporate all the people from the that particular segment, or if it is lower management or middle management. So accordingly, we plan what kind of first competency we just check. There are certain competencies we do evaluate, we do assess. Basis we decide which competencies are lacking in that particular group. Accordingly, we provide our services through
Hmm.
this.
So
Right?
you mean to say you are defining leadership presence
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you are coordinating to have an equilibrium in between the leadership presence and the emotional intelligence in developing that presence.
Correct.
How you are doing that?
Absolutely. See, we have certain psychometric test.
Okay,
We use it to evaluate the person's leadership quality,
okay,
what is needed and what is not needed. So there, these competences actually are actually done with support of a company based out of Bangalore. We have collaborated to support us for identifying their competences, leadership competences.
okay. So they do have, I feel they do have many ready-made variables, based on that you can judge each and every individual and come to a conclusion that this particular person is having these qualities. And overall the group, you can make a research and find out which are the variables common and which are the most variable, who are introvert, who are extrovert, and all these things you find out. And based on that, you start delivering the same, because all cannot be all, no, all cannot be at a stage, all
Same.
cannot have the same sense of responsibility or the qualities, inherited qualities within themselves. It can't be possible. So you are evaluating each and every individual,
Competence.
then you are drafting, or then you are incorporating a concept of group cohesiveness which should work for the organization for achieving a particular target. Am I right?
Yes. Yes. And there are two kinds of coaching. First, we do individual coaching as well as and the group
Okay.
coaching.
Yeah.
So I tell you the success stories, from coaching experience. In one such case, a senior manager struggled with, team resistance during digital transformation. And though emotional intelligence coaching, through this coaching, he learned emotional regulation, active listening, and empathy. By acknowledging team, fears about automation, he improved acceptance of new techniques, new technologies. Within 6 months, the team productivity substantially increased and employee retention improved significantly. So these are the success stories I've seen. I have those testimonials with me.
So you have crafted any case study out of it, or have
That's
drafted any case study which has been registered, or which you have taken IP, and based on that you have published a paper or something correlated
no.
to that.
See, actually, if it is we do have agreements with the company that we cannot disclose all the things. No, it's a non-disclosure agreement. We don't share anything. But yeah, we do have cases. We have cases.
Okay. But even if you cannot share, but something, as you told me that you do have coaching experiences and you do have success stories. I am talking about the success stories. Success stories are always, they are teachable. Successful stories can always be teachable, and it will be very good for delivering a learning objectives for the learners. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do not publish these things. I don't have any research article based on that. But yes,
Okay. Okay.
we of course follow. If any success stories we find, then we just implement in our next session with other professionals who are reaching out to us for the leadership coaching or EI coaching.
Okay. So you are mapping success stories, making it a note of yourself,
Yeah,
so that the good values can be implemented to other organization or something like that. That is also a part of coaching, or you say consulting. You may be mapping some good values out of some organization, taking out some cases and success stories which they have attended, delivering more productivity, more production, something like that, and based on that you are taking a note out of it, and in some other case where you find the same story can be repeated or same story can be implemented for better outcomes, I feel you can suggest them also, or you can ask them for the needful implementation with a project or something like that, where they can take the project and do the needful. What is your view about it?
absolutely. I agree with you.
Okay.
100%.
Okay, okay. So similarly, I feel you have observed there is a difference in between the leadership concept implemented, or they have been propounded by the people who are in the practical field of management. Means practical field of, it may be practical field of management, or it may be a practical field or industrial execution, or any other field of industry, or any type of organization setup where human force is essentially required. So don't you find there is a difference in between the person who is working in an industrial establishment, or in a establishment with some hot shop industry, where he can work for at least 2 to 3 hours maximum at a stage, and you find the same concept there with other employees who are most engaged with the office activities or the digital activities. They can work for more number of hours. Don't you find a difference in between the two in mapping, coming out to a conclusion that the behavioral concept of these people are different and these people are different? I feel so technocrats mindset is totally different. No, they work in a different way, and the digital people or the office people, they work in a different manner. This is my personal view right from the beginning. So don't you feel something like that there is a difference in between a technocrats and non-technocrat, or a works area professional or not works area professional, something like that? Have you done such deep analysis into that, this view?
This depends. Of course, this depends on
Okay.
the kind of people. There are some people who actually are very, they are very, they easily grab the things. Whereas there are people who it takes time to understand the concept. There are people who easily understand what he needs to do. They are focused. And there are some people, I'm not generalizing it, but yeah, there are some people who feel that they can do, but it takes longer. So
Yes.
it's very difficult. It's difficult. We cannot say that we cannot distinguish between these two kind of people. There are some people who are introvert.
Yes.
They actually work according to their emotion. If they feel that something needs to be done at a urgent level, they do. But when they feel that it is not that important, so they take time,
Okay. That means they work as per their
ability,
mental setups or something
mental
like that.
setup.
Right. But
Yeah.
I'll let you know, if you are in a industry, if you are in machine operating processes, of if you are in a hot shop process, of if you are in a process where integration of work is done in between the two different types of setup or two different types of manufacturing process, there is no question of your no coming to an conclusion whenever it is possible, you are doing, not possible, not the work has come means you have to do it. So that is the behavioral science tell. The work has come means you have to do it. Some emergency has come, you have to solve it. You need not make any makeup of your mind that this is the work is coming, so I have to wait for that. My mood will come. My thought process will come. Then and there you have to take a decision and work smartly. Do you feel that this emotional intelligence can play a better role in compared
Yes.
to the person who
Yes.
are not so sharp and who are very efficient, highly efficient? You can say them as high performers. What is your view about it?
Look, Here, actually, emotional intelligence is very much required,
Mm.
to make it, the EI awareness needs to be created among the employees, staffs, and officers. It's very much important. My belief, emotional intelligence is only about being nice or overly emotional. But in reality, it supports assertive decision making, accountability, and strategic thinking. Another there are certain misconception about EI, that it cannot be developed. Research shows that it can be strengthened through coaching, reflection, and behavioral practices. It is there.
Okay. Okay, you mean to say behavioral practice, constant behavioral practices for doing the productivity or carrying out the productivity concept make you more perfect in, rather than having misconception or removing the misconception from this concept. Do you feel like that?
Yeah,
You have to always be means very passive for doing the work. So the misconception of emotional intelligence or misconception of leadership does not come into existence. Something like that
yeah,
you say?
yes. Actually, I'm just talking about the EA, that is EI needs to be entered in every organization. People should understand their own emotion, because
Okay.
it's very much important. See, we say a person feels sad, something happened in the home, his motivation dries. He's not able to perform as he was performing earlier.
Mm.
We need to understand those emotions as well. That is why I say it is very much required to, introduce emotional intelligence awareness among the staffs, employee, and officers. Very much needed.
Okay. So, how do you access your own emotional intelligence and what are the tools you are using for yourself for self assessment? Anyone, not only you, even I can do, anyone can do. You have to assess your own emotional intelligence and the tools we need to employ for the self assessment process. So, what do you do exactly? How do you do
So
the
yeah,
self evaluation of your own system?
yeah. So any person can do by self reflection. When you sit
Yes.
idle,
Yes.
you sit idle and just evaluate what things went wrong, why it went wrong,
Okay.
and what can be done to repair this gap.
Okay.
So that is self reflection, yeah. And there are a lot of journals available on the market.
Okay.
And then there are some 360-degree feedback assessment. You can ask some people how I behave,
Okay.
you know. Basis you can just decide. And then also there are psychometric tools available. We call sometimes it's emotional competence inventory. And from the team also, you'll get a lot of feedback, behavioral feedback from the team. No, man, you are not doing as it is required. May the team lead will tell you, boss, something is wrong with you. What
Okay.
is that? So similarly, if actually technology platforms now provide AI based emotional analytics and
Yes.
leadership
Yes.
feedback tools that enhance self awareness.
Yeah. So you are basically bridging a gap in between the two.
Correct.
Between the two. So these are the methods you can say self-analysis or self-evaluation, self-improvement, or analyzing yourself on day-to-day basis or weekly basis, or through some psychometric test or any other type of evaluation, or doing the production target or evaluating their own production target with other targets, or coming to an front line for doing something and what are your main achievements, what are the drawbacks, what are the failures. So you are evaluating your own targets. Maybe you are having some failures, so you are trying to overcome with these failures in your next attempt. Some type of evaluation you are doing in that way. Am I right?
Yeah. So I'm just giving you some strategies to enhance emotional intelligence.
Okay.
See, mindfulness, and it's really very much helpful to become EI intelligent, EI
Yes.
savvy. Practicing mindfulness and reflective leadership,
Hmm.
where you are not analyzing other, you are analyzing your own self, how I behaved with the team,
Yes.
and what went wrong with me, so that team, of course, are so hesitant coming forward with their grievances. And second is strengthening active listening skill, that is very much needed in the fast changing world. People do not have ability, or you can call it, they don't listen properly, and that active listening skill is very much required. Third is seeking structured feedback, and then to develop empathy through perspective taking. We need to develop empathy. It's very much important.
Yes.
Emotional journaling. Say you are feeling bad, you just write a journal. You write something, why, what happened that made you to feel bad. This journaling will give you a lot of perspective. And finally, utilizing leadership coaching platforms and digital learning modules. There are a lot of things, lot of such platforms available online. These strategies improve decision quality and enhance workplace efficiency.
Okay. So how do you manage these things? No, nowadays is very upcoming, or now is very core issues. You can say or burnout or bullying or sledging, and all these things are there inside a work premises or outside a work premises. So what do you feel, and how do you overcome all this, help to overcome all this situation? Because everywhere I've seen, due to competitive situation, this is becoming day by day very common. No, this is a drawbacks in your behavioral concepts. So you need to deactivate all these behavioral concept and come to a conclusion, come to a model where you can develop a good concept where they can get rid of all these things. So as a organizer, as a proprietor, or as a occupier, what should I see, or what should I observe in my own staff or in my own production unit, so that all these things doesn't take place? This is also one of the lack of behavioral science, you can say, or behavioral project implementation. What is your view, and how do you overcome it? How do you suggest people that they should come out of all these things and work together for productivity? After all, it is decreasing the productivity level. It is you can jeopardizing the system. It is helping, it is not helping the to boost the moral of the people. Many factors comes out of it. So how you are trying to overcome all this situation, how you are helping them in analyzing and overcoming all this situation, a man-to-man affairs, or a group through group notice, or group coaching, or something like that? How do you do that?
Yeah, group coaching. But I tell you one thing,
Hmm.
leaders should regulate emotional responses. They should be able to regulate emotional responses and listen without interruption, acknowledge concerns, or communicate solutions with clarity. So, here actually, again, the role of EI becomes very much important because it helps transform conflict into collaboration. All bullying and all these things are just a kind of conflict, workplace conflict. So, what happens in hybrid workplace, digital communication tools combined with EI training help prevent misunderstanding and improve productivity. It is not only about hybrid, even when it is in person, offline works, there also it is very much helpful.
So,
And actually, I tell you one thing: emotional intelligence promotes psychological safety, innovation, and open communication. And teams led by emotionally intelligent leaders, they demonstrate higher engagement, reduced burnout, and improved technological adoption. This creates a culture that supports learning and adaptability.
okay. Again, there will be always a difference in between the persons who are workaholic in nature and those who are working a normal lifestyle. Okay, the concepts of people who are workaholic are more focused for most tasks and target, and of course, enhancing productivity is one of the greatest factor. But their target, their outcome is far more better in compared to those people who are working within their normal rate. Because workaholic people, I have observed that they do have a passion to work. They have a passion to a work and they acquire a lot of knowledge due to that passion. And the people who are in the normal end, they may not be so much no effective, or they may not be so focused for any organization or something like that. So what do you do to bridge a gap in between the two, so the production also comes goes on scaling up, as well as the nature as well as work life balance is also being maintained. In many organizations, I've seen people are many workaholic. They do not prefer to they do prefer to more than the extra mile what they need to do exactly, and this is creating a unbalance in between the two factors. There's a normal factor and workaholic factor. So, what do you suggest for them, and how do you feel that this type of no balance should be maintained in between the two, so that deviation does not comes in the behavioral deviation does not comes in the organization.
I understand. Actually, see,
Mm,
if a person is alcoholic, workaholic,
mm,
you cannot change his personality overnight.
mm.
There are a lot of factors responsible to make him a workaholic. And I don't feel any kind of work life balance is actually is really impacted for this type of people. And a person who is just running his office, or maybe working as per the you know company norms, he's enjoying life. He's enjoying life. And
Yeah.
why do we want to bridge the gap? I don't see any rationale behind it. See,
So
he is enjoying his life, he is enjoying his life, both are enjoying their life.
yes,
But
both are enjoying
yeah,
their life. That's true. Very true.
but if a person, so who is a workaholic, we need to figure out why he is actually spending much time in office. In many country, staff employees are told not to work beyond certain time frame.
Yes, of course it is there. Of
In
course it
India
is
also,
there.
there are few companies, they also never allow their employees to work beyond their particular time. So we need to figure out why he is behaving like this. There may be behavior disorder, or maybe we learned so many things from the our parents, that is a kind of heredity. So we need to check out why it is happening. Right. And in the person who is a workaholic, we cannot find work-life balance, and he is least bothered about it.
Yeah,
And that,
he is bothered about the work-life balance.
yeah,
Generally, what I have observed is people who are more than say 50 or something like that, who don't have much more responsibility in their personal life. They are more workaholic in compared to those person who are young. Okay,
yeah,
young and energy. So mostly the people who are in the senior level or something, that they are also workaholic in compared
correct.
to the person who are not in the senior level. So these types of criteria I have observed in my life in different situations. So, what do you feel about it? Is there due to this generation gap concepts
No,
developed,
no, no,
or
no,
due to
no.
responsibility or something like that?
No, see, if a person who has already attained 50 plus, I think he might have completed his own responsibilities.
Yes,
If he,
to some extent, yeah,
yeah, if he feels that there's no work at home, everything is well settled.
yeah,
So for him, time is not a big deal. He can, continue for a longer period. But
yeah.
why we are going into this story? I think that is none of our business. We need to focus more on EI and how we can make leadership an effective tool with the
Okay,
support of EI.
okay. So, in promoting emotional intelligence, means I feel you are enhancing the concepts of leadership, effective leadership. You are doing some changes in the organization development and organization restructuring concept. Something has happened in that way. You have been taking some project where you are doing the organization restructuring and development in enhancing the concept or making a equivalent or changing the behavioral science of the participant or the workers or something like that. Did you got any type of object like that, that this is our organization structure and we need to do the organization development in behavioral studies so that the behavioral change of the person is there, of the workers are there, of the executives are there. So based on that, there will be a change in the productivity concept. Have you done any something like that
Yeah,
somewhere?
yes, we have done it. But I
Hmm.
was an external party to it.
Okay,
And then again, NDA is there, so I cannot talk much about it.
okay,
Yes, we have we have done it.
okay.
We have done it.
So you have changed the organization.
So no, the purpose actually is just to my purpose. I have been added as an external uh, expert where my things are just to check with them how they are, how much compatible they are with the current leadership style and what
Okay,
needs to be added, to make them more, in a better position, make them feel better. So
okay.
I added EI there, you know.
So you are
Yeah,
evaluating the drawbacks, and based on the drawbacks, outcome of drawbacks, you are doing the needful, right?
absolutely. Yes, yes.
Okay. So now the core question is, as a consultant, suppose if you are not going there as a coaching professional, you are going there as a consultant. What do you do in enhancing the productivity? Means, do you do the define, analyze process, and then you arrange it in a systematic manner, then write a report and get it signed and then give it to them for implementation. Do you do something like that? Make
Yes.
any mono or make any logo that you need to
No,
do
it's
in
no,
this timeline or
it's
in state room,
no, no.
something like that?
It is nothing like that. Say, I'm
Hmm.
the part of one organization who
Okay.
do lot of audits, you know.
Okay.
So it's a
Organization audit you are doing.
yeah.
In
So
in context with behavioral science.
not only it's a overall HR, actually it's basically an HR audit
Okay.
where this is also one part of it. It's a
Yeah.
Singapore
Yes.
based organization,
Yeah.
and I they asked me to do some analysis for their for the employees behavioral part.
Okay.
The rest of the things are taken care of by them.
So you don't make any analysis, and based on that, you draft a report and get it signed and give it to them. These are the outcomes I have observed, and you need to change it. That is my
These
consulting.
are all automated. Of course it is there, but I don't have to write long things. They
Okay,
have multiple choice questions, and basis I just fill it up and then submit it, and it's all put into the system, and the whole 360-degree feedback or 360-degree evaluation comes up.
okay. Means you mean to say based on your verbal communication with the management,
Not verbal.
then
It's a
writing.
multiple choice questions. There are a lot of
Okay,
questions. They are validated validated questions I need to submit this, sheets to the management, our management, where
Okay.
actually we
Okay.
work as a behavioral expert,
Hmm.
and accordingly it is taken care of by the
I got it.
organization.
I got
Yeah.
it. That
Mm.
is a ready-made platform you do have where we
Yeah.
can come to a conclusion that this is the outcome. But as an individual consultant, you do have a right where you can do the needful analysis and give it for the suggestion that this is my report, and you can do the needful change in your organization or the behavioral systems that you are not doing at all.
No.
I agree with your view that what you told, that the concept of questionnaire is there. You they need to submit. This is a common thing
Yeah.
doing. But apart from that, there is also a module where people are serving it in writing. That this is my report, and you need to change. And based on that, the board management, they decide on the meeting, and if required, they will do the needful implementation of the same. Secondly, one thing more I want to know, because I have also faced many issues like that. Even in many places, management says that this is the outcome I want. So we need your behavioral expert or behavioral comments based on our objectives. Means what we want, you need to suggest it. What this is we want and how we can achieve it. So you just suggest me how we can achieve it, or even sometimes they suggest this is that way we are feeling that they can be achieved. You have come here, so do a report and give a desired result based on our objectives, our deliverables, something like that. Have you faced any such situation ever?
No. No. See, I'm
No.
associated with the company, so I don't need to go to deep level. But yeah, I can tell you, so there are certain
Hmm.
advices for emerging leaders to
Okay.
develop. This is first thing is not to you need to develop self-awareness early,
Hmm.
and you need to seek mentorship,
Hmm.
practice effective reflective learning. What
Hmm.
happens, we do not learn anything so easily. We do not reflect on what actually we are seeking. So it's important to practice reflective learning and remain open to feedback. Sometimes, feedback makes us so bad that we don't trust that people, right? That person. So always remain
It
open to the,
happens. It happens.
yeah,
There is nothing like that. It
yeah.
happens.
So that is important to remain open to the feedback
Hmm.
and cultivate EI alongside technological competence. This prepares leaders to manage complex workplace dynamics and drive sustainable productivity. Right? That is what.
Okay. So you feel that what is the impact of emotional intelligence in team dynamism or group cohesiveness, enhancing group cohesiveness, and in the overall organization structure? What is your view in this?
See, actually, emotional intelligence is very much needed. Why? Because I already have told you earlier.
Hmm.
Leadership actually, when it is increasingly combined, digital intelligence,
Hmm.
leadership, digital intelligence with emotional intelligence. So as automation slowly expanding, human-centered leadership will become very much essential. And coaching practices will integrate a lot of leadership assessment, virtual coaching platforms, and emotional analytics to support leadership growth.
Okay. Okay. So now I just want to know the importance of empathy in leadership and how you get it cultivated within an organization through your coaching or consulting.
Yeah. See, empathy, it helps leaders understand employee experiences,
Okay.
especially during change, workload pressure, or stress, or digital transformation, or maybe any kind of transformation that is taking place in the organization. So, empathy in leadership, it actually improves trust, retention, and performance. And
Retention is, of course, one of the most important things.
yes, yes.
That's
And
what we.
coaching techniques like, role reversal exercise is very much. So when you ask your employee to become your officer, and how he will behave as an officer, this role rehearsal exercise, storytelling, emotional reflection, these all strengthens empathetic leadership.
Yeah. Retention within the organization
It's a very
is a very
quite
crucial role.
challenging,
Yeah.
yeah, challenging situation.
Is a challenging situation, but seldom it happens that very seldom it happens, as I have observed personally, that people are not able to, especially young people. No, they are very much no, they don't want
They
to.
they love to jump.
They don't want to be there for a long time
Yeah,
and understand the system. Okay.
correct,
And
correct.
there are many people who understand the system within a 3 month, 4 months of time. They say, no, no, I don't want to work in situation. I want to make a move. So either they are not means happy with the working environment or the process or automation process they are following, or the standard of practice they do follow for behavioral sciences, or they feel they are not happy with the financial outcome and they want more perks, more benefits, something like that. They do jump to other company. But I personally feel that the people should stick to that particular company for a 2 years, 3 years, or something like that. They should gain at least a minimum level of experience, because the more they stay, they will see many good things as well as many hardships also. So you need to overcome both the angles, right?
Yeah,
So they need to stay there. So retention is very essentially required both for the employer as well as employee. What is your view? Specifically focus for retention is correlated with gaining more experience. What is your view about this?
yeah. Actually, you see,
Mm.
retention is quite big challenge for any organization nowadays, and it has been for the past 1 or 2 decades. You see, everybody wants to have some, uh, salary hike, or maybe the work environment, even the kind of treatment that is given, that are given to them. These all are multiple factors, responsible for jumping to some other organization. Many a time, recently, I think I was reading a post, LinkedIn post, that a person joined the organization and quit the organization by webbing. So they have certain things in their mind, and when they find that it's not properly resonated with the kind of thing they are expecting, they don't love to stick with that organization. They quit.
Yes.
And if you're asking the reason behind it, so it's very difficult to answer because everybody is not like that. But now the current generation, young generation, Gen Z is like that only. They don't love to stay in any organization more than 2 years. They quit to have a big break, better opportunity. After getting the salary, when they find that their salary is jumping, they also love to jump with the higher salary.
But Professor, I'd like to tell you that there are other variables also we should see. Not only salary is one of the factor, perks is one of the factor.
Work life balance. You see, work life balance is a very important factor.
Yeah, of course, work-life balance is important factor. Your location from your home is important factor. Your country is an important factor. Your group is an important factor. Your homesickness is an important factor. There are many factors. I say all are outcome of behavioral sciences, right? So people who feel that I can move anywhere in the world, they grow much more faster in compared to the people who are introvert and they want to stay home or stay sick in within their parameter, something like that. What do you suggest people? They should move on. they should transform for a change, or they should stick and stay there for some experience, and then slowly they should step on. But not very fast. No, it may be 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, something like that. Then move to another company, another organization, something like that. Observe it, because if you be there in a company for 3 months, 6 months, what you are going 9 months, 10 months, what you are going to observe, how you are going to learn something from their behavioral side. What is your view in this?
Say, it's very difficult to answer this question. My views are may not, it may be biased. Why
Okay.
I'm saying every person has got different mindset, different thought process.
Hmm.
Some person is influenced by their, expectation. Some people are, influenced by their parental pressure, and
Yes.
some are, influenced by their peer pressure. If my colleague, he has quit and joined an organization where the salary is high and the work life balance is good, and not that kind of pressure, so he, a time will come, he also will, get in touch with that guy and will try to join that organization. Simple. So it will be, I know it will be very biased answer if I just answer this. That will be my opinion. My opinion never marks. We cannot tell company or organization to, increase it. Yeah, of course. If your leadership is good, if you feel that if any person is valued and respected in that organization, will try to, stay more as compared to, others. Because
Okay.
I feel that leadership will increasingly combine, intelligence. That all there also emotional intelligence is required. These leaders should know where they are actually, what is being, done in a wrong way and how it can be improved.
Yes. But
Right.
at least you need to stay there for some time, no? Because if you are there for 6 months or something like that, it won't be possible for you to study. You need to study it first of all, observe it, study it, and then go for implementation. Once you go for implementation, the problem starts. Either you can
Absolutely.
absorb those implementation very easily, or you cannot do the needful implementation. So there is a no challenge in between the two. So there some disputes come in between the two in those cases. So you have to study for some times and observe them thoroughly, and then if you are not convenient, you can change the behavioral side. It happens many times that due to behavioral factor also people are leaving the job, may not be doing that particular job even if they are highly paid, and they are going to some other places where the payment is comparatively not to that extent, but even then they are comfortable with that particular behavioral factor where the amount of their total package is comparatively less, but the behavior is good. What is your view about this?
Yeah. So, so you mean to say that the work culture is good in that organization? That's what you,
Yes, yes, of course.
no, yeah.
They
So,
may not give you good packages, but the culture and behavioral science is much more better in that organization
yeah,
in
yeah.
compared to your because see, if you are inclined for a growth, you can grow after 5 years also working in the good company.
Yeah, in that scenario where the work culture is really very much cohesive,
Mm,
and you feel that the, the dynamics they are expecting is at par with their, with their expectation,
mm,
people love to, particularly those people who are not so much innovative, but they
mm.
want to, you know get what you call influenced by their management, or
Yes,
maybe
yes, yes,
they will try to remain there. But there
yes.
are other kind of people, extrovert, who want to know immediate jump every now and then. So for them it is, a bit difficult, because even if the environment, work work environment is good, but package is less, in that case, they do not leave the organization immediately, but yeah, they gain some experience maybe for 1 or 2 years, and then they quit and go with a bigger package.
Okay, okay. So how you are measuring the success of your coaching in this arena?
Yeah. So actually, my success is, as I told you a story, there are many such people. I know what happened if I talk about coaching, leadership coaching needs, the behavioral aspect that needs to be well, evaluated. And if we if we notice some, issues are there, we just try to, bring it to their knowledge, and we focus more on those areas where they are weak. Again, actually, I offer my coaching based on the assessment. These assessments are actually done by my company itself, and they give me the entire report. Okay, this guy has got, he's poor in presentation, he's poor in uh, team building, his delegate, he's not able to delegate his work to others. So basis, we just define the system, how we can, make him at par with the company's expectation. Yeah.
So, what type of advice do you give generally to the emerging leaders or the upcoming generation? How
Yeah.
to develop their emotional intelligence and start their career in this particular domain?
See, actually, I feel that we need to develop self-awareness is very much needed. We all are, by divine grace, we do have all the better competencies, but due to lack of self-awareness, we are not able to figure it out. If possible, if we find, if the, this young generation, they feel that they need to learn something, they need to get mentored, so there are many such platforms available where, they can seek mentorship, and effective learning is much needed. And as I told you last time, remain open to feedback, it's very much needed. I always tell people,
Yes, yes, yes.
you
Feedback
need
is
to
needed.
remain open. There will,
Yes,
if
exactly.
yeah, if there are honest people, they will tell you upfront, man, this is not actually what I was expecting. So
Yes, exactly.
don't feel bad for it, rather you accept. Yeah, so ask the person what I need to, do to improve myself. So
Yes,
this is important.
feedback plays a very important role in improving, not only improving, but enhancing your own productivity, your own cultural, and your own thought process also, so that you can do something good in the near future. That is, of course, there. How do you see the leadership involved in relation with this emotional intelligence and coaching practices? And what are the practical ways you adopt or you teach people to enhance this concept as self-learning for the near future to come? Because everyone can do their own self-learning in this area. So what are the teachings you do that people should do the self-evaluation, self-learning of all these practices? How do you tell them? How do you coach them in this particular issue?
uh, I actually feel that it's not, emotional intelligence is not only a leadership skill,
Hmm.
but a productivity enhancer.
Okay.
So it strengthens human connections, supports technological transition, and improves organizational culture, and builds resilient leadership systems essential to modern workplace. So I feel that people should, learn, uh, because human centered, what happens, nowadays, automation and, AI, all they all have taken up huge space in our life, right? And as automation expands, human centered leadership, this becomes essential. So need to seek coaching practices. Even, they can take support from artificial intelligence, and even there are AI based leadership assessments are there, and virtual coaching platforms are also there.
Yes, it is there. Yes.
So they in this way one can develop the future of. I see these are very much important in the days to come. Leadership is very much needed, and because nobody leaves the company, nobody quits the company. It is only the management. It is only the management failures are always always the reason for which people quit the organization.
Okay. So, do you suggest any books or tools or any ready-made platform? You do have many ready-made platform in the website also, where you can go there, visit there, and
Yeah,
understand the concept of emotional intelligence. You do have many tests also, psychometric tests you can apply for yourself and can come to the result. This is what known to me. You might be knowing better than this because you are very focused for coaching. So, do you suggest these types of open source platforms where people can go and do the needful?
yeah. So actually, I recommend Daniel Goleman's
Yeah,
Emotional
that is a
Intelligence.
good book. Hmm.
Absolutely, it's one of the
Absolutely good book. Yeah.
very, very high rated book. I love that, Daniel Goleman's Emotional Intelligence. And another one is, Travis Bradbury. That is
Okay.
Emotional Intelligence 2.0.
Okay.
And you also will get a lot of articles in Harvard Business Review,
Yeah, it
leadership
is there. Harvard
articles.
Business Review, many articles comes. Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
lot of leadership articles are there.
Hmm.
Actually, I'm also advisor to Harvard Business Review for some particular, domain. So even one can learn AI development platforms online also. And
Yes, that can be done. That is the thing which I am asking. That there are many open source which are available. So you suggest people to go to the open source, give them the link so that they can open it and do the needful evaluation. Self
no,
evaluation
no,
can be done.
no, no, no. Actually, see, there are leaderships. We cannot, promote or do market for others. We
Okay.
market for ourselves. So leadership coaching application available in Google Play Store. Online EI development platforms are also available. And professional coaching certification is must if anybody wants to learn AI program. And digital leadership courses are always available. There are many, foreign universities where you will get these certification free of cost.
Yes, it is there in available. I know. Especially some of the parts of Sweden and Denmark, they give it free of cost.
Yeah,
Online certification given free of
online
cost.
certification, and that
Even
is free of.
offline is physical, they do have in their respective place. Those students who are going abroad for doing the needful studies, they do it physical also.
Correct.
Yeah, I agree with that. So overall, I like to know one thing. So based on the location, the behavioral concepts change in respect of each and every variables, right? Each and every variables, right from your home to your workshop to your spending habits, and everything changes.
Correct.
So how do you monetize all these things? I mean, how you do you monitor all these variables? Because the location changes means people's view changes, concept changes, their per capita changes. So everything behavioral comes also changes. Their style changes, their way of living changes, their nutrition value changes. Everything is different. No. So how do you value? How do you evaluate all these things? Because everything cannot be the same in every place or every country. So it changes from country to country, or to place in the same country, or from location to location in the same place. So how do you evaluate, and how you can give them a compact solution that these things can make you more effective in enhancing the total concept of leadership?
In context of EI,
Mm.
is it related to emotional intelligence?
Yeah, you can do it in context of AI. See, but nowadays, see, digitalization and automation processes are there. So everything has come to an automation. There are many ready-made tools. where the predictive analysis can be done through algorithm based method, where you can give the needful part and automatically the results will come out, right? That we call it at long term predictive analysis can be done, short term predictive analysis can be done through algorithm, that can be done. So that is also one of the ongoing tool worldwide, where a machine is itself teaching you how to do it and how you can interact, and how even in videos are there in the YouTube and all these things, where people are going to teach you automatically. Okay, so how you promote all these things, and what do you suggest about your view, and do you have any plan to go for this type of products in the market so that people can come and contact you or contact your organization, or your professional outcome can be enhanced, something like that? What do you do?
No, I don't have any such idea, and I'm not interested to go on that. I do have my own domain defined. I'm
Okay,
working on that. Thank you so much.
okay. So you are not focusing someone, so they should opt for this AI influence in getting all this product from the open source or something like that, because AI is also promoting many things in the.
Yeah, yeah. See, the purpose is you learn it from anywhere.
Yeah.
Wherever it's open source, closed source, no matter. You can get the idea and learn it from anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. And the main thing is, which I feel, our focus should be, how we can enhance the artificial, this emotional intelligence, or we may create, the awareness of AI to make the leadership effective. That is only the vision. That is only the
Okay.
reason.
Okay.
Yeah. We're
So,
not going beyond that particular domain.
okay. So you mean to say that body language also matters in delivering teaching objectives?
Absolutely.
Apart
Absolutely.
from AI, body language, as personal body language, having one-to-one interaction session with someone also is an important issue, which overall changes the scenario. And
Correct.
I feel there is no alternate of an experience. What is your view about this concept? No substitute of an experience.
See, actually, every person is, unique. Each person is unique. Each person has got different level of, IQ, EQ,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
So it is very difficult, to judge a person. But yeah, body language that we have already learned in, soft skill. It is one of the important soft skills, how you're behaving, how you're communicating with the person. The body language speaks a lot about your personality.
Yes.
What kind of person this man may be, right? So this helps once you know about it. You can, of course, make it simple. You make a simple idea. Oh no, we need not, comment on his, whatever he is talking about. Otherwise, he will become angry. Unnecessarily, you
Yes.
are spend your mental imbalance, your mental balance will get ruined. Right. This is something, yeah, like that only.
Okay. So you feel body language as well as experience plays a vital role, and
Yeah.
you do have an experience of approximately 40 to 45 years of experience total in the working in an organization in a service sector, as well as a freelancer management consultant for the last 15 years. So
Correct.
you are maintaining the balance in between the two and delivering the best outcomes for your customers or for your learners. So,
True.
is it in that way?
Yeah. Yeah.
You are
See. Yeah.
defining or making your own module of it, and you are teaching them how to do it, how to implement it, and all these things are there with you, right?
Correct. See, if a person has, hired my services
Okay.
by making some payment,
Okay.
so it's very much important. It's paramount important for me to give the value for the money he spent.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Service
Um,
factor, you are mean to say.
yeah, not only even everywhere you see, value for
Yes.
money should be there. Maybe you go extra mile. You give 200% for whatever has been. See, the kind of satisfaction he gets after receiving the service, he will definitely refer. It's a word of mouth, we call it. I have many
Yes.
clients globally. It's word of mouth only,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. Great. Great to talk to you, Dr. Chakravarti. We do have a great learnings from your outcomes, and I'll rather request the viewers to uh, learn something from your concepts, your views regarding enhancement of this AI and leadership concept. And one last question I do have before I call it a day. Just want to know the day by day artificial intelligence in the field of learning and development. Nowadays, you were encountering one new concept, that is synthetic AI. I don't know you have heard it or not. So these are the concepts where I know we do have a MOOC concept, massive open online courses, where a teacher teaches in Tokyo and the students are there all around the globe. There are many studios in that big schools, that is business school. They do have their studios in all part of the globe, and their students go there and learn. So there we can view other students also. There are big platforms, there are big TV screens and big screens are there where the teacher teaches from Tokyo and can be delivered to every part of the world. And similarly, the students can interact in between them also through this online method very openly with full body access, and as well as giving you can say roadmap for clear picture, and all these things are there. So it is developing day by day. So AI is also helping very much in this field. So what
Yes.
is your field and what is your view in this? In the near
Yeah.
future to come, will the AI enhance all the concept of learning more in the form of digitalization throughout the world, and the scope for teaching and learning or delivering teaching something will remain in the hands of limited big stakeholders, something like that. What is your view? Because
Yeah.
automatically AI will come, means even I can access, you can access, anyone can access from. So that will be
Correct.
brand value will be working for that. Suppose if it is a brand value of Harvard University, or a brand value of any other university in US, is a MIT or any other university, is a London Business School, whatever it is, they will teach. So no, I will go to London's business school. Why should I come to a common man or common platform or something like that? So they do have their own existing brand value. So don't you feel that in the near future to come, these types of concept, globalization concept, are going to come in the existence, where we people, we consultant need to compete with them and make a global plan of our own. What is your view in this? We can also do that same thing.
Yeah. So, firstly, let me explain what is synthetic AI. Synthetic AI, refers to art, a kind of artificial intelligence system that actually generate, stimulate, or augment human-like content.
Yes, is a stimulation, right?
Yeah, and human-like content, behavior, or decision making rather than only analyzing existing data.
Yes.
So, so what happens? Let me tell you the key aspects of this synthetic AI. It generate text, voice, images, videos, code, or emotions. Even it can generate emotions. It mimics human communication and reasoning, right? And learns pattern and produces new original outputs. It learn patterns and patterns from us and produces new original outputs. So it can be used in AI chatbots, digital human synthetic voices, simulation, and virtual assistants. So, how this can impact in leadership and productivity?
Yes.
Because synthetic AI supports decision making, automate routine tasks, enhances training through simulation, and enables emotionally intelligent digital interaction, allowing leaders to focus more on strategy, empathy, and innovation. Right. So this is all about synthetic AI. And now another question that you have put up, how this can impact the role of L&D professional or people who are. So I just recommend everyone to learn artificial intelligence. It's very much needed
Yeah, exactly.
because it now the time has come. Everything is taken over by AI. Every profession, they are so fearful that their career will get lost because of AI introduction. So my suggestion, learning AI is very much needed. We are a 140 CR population. It's a huge. And if you see the number of profession who are working as a minimal, we need to learn it, and we need to support the global platforms so that we also can become part of the global environment. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay, okay. So means we also need to compete to be competitive and stay in this competitive world. We need to be competitive and get aligned our views with the AI. Means we old school people
Yeah,
also they need to come and get aligned
they
their
need
views
to
with
learn
AI.
also.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
surely.
absolutely.
You have to learn and you have to implement those AI techniques, AI tools for enhancing the overall productivity. Now there are many AI agents are coming in the market who can do this particular micro specific work. No, they are very domain specific or subdomain specific. Suppose if you want to have a voice chat but particular topic, they will provide you a voice chat. If you want to have a particular photography session or digitalization session or a graphic session with them, they can provide you with like this. So maybe in the near future many such products may come for leadership and EI, evaluating EI also, emotional intelligence also, right?
Yes,
So we
yes,
need to learn emotional intelligence. Along with that, we need to learn AI, how to generate, how to generate the business, and how to enhance the productivity in this own concept. Now, one
absolutely.
thing correlated to that, I will asking you one question. AI is very good. Of course, I have enjoyed in my personal life. I am getting a lot of enjoyment out of it. Okay. But the thing is, AI should be implemented by a person who is for a particular age group or something like that. What is your view? Means I view that it should be given a chance to learn and implement AI tools only after 18 years of age or something like that. And if because your mind has to get developed automatically in a this is behavioral science. No, every mind needs development, so every mind needs to work in a very normal, natural way. So he can learn everything, grasp everything, absorb everything, and do the needful implementation as per the natural processes. And if you are just clicking it in the AI, you are getting everything at the age of 10 or 12 or 14, and you are not able to develop your brain, do the needful brainstorming, or need to do something brain mapping or something like that in getting something done. So how you are going to develop your brain? There a age limit for the same where
Yes,
you
there should be.
need to evaluate the behavioral outcome in a very natural outcome rather than going for AI. The drawbacks is also there for AI.
Of course. See, yesterday I was just watching television. Three sisters committed suicide.
Yeah,
Maybe a kind of there's I just came to know through the news report only that this they are very much addicted to Korean movies and apps.
Okay.
So you see, if the children are given this kind of liberty using AI, internet, and all this,
Yeah.
they are losing their studies. Many of out of these three children, most of the people dropped out of the school, whereas both parents were working. So see the scenario. I absolutely agree what you said that there should be complete restriction of using AI. Many countries are already have started using it.
Yes, yes, yes. Many countries
Yeah.
have started. Yeah.
So I feel that it is very much important for our country to regulate the use of internet first, and similarly the AI, because AI is entirely what you call it's stopping the growing children to learn things from you know his environment or her environment. Everything is so ready-made available in the system, in the AI, that they never feel that they need to work to figure out, to find out what actually, how we can
Exactly. Exactly.
see we.
Brainstorming is an essential.
Yeah, of course, very much required.
The more you work with your brain, the more you do study, the more you work hard, the more you gain experience, the more outcome it will be. Suppose today you are very much enriched with AI concepts, and so you need to find the other concepts also. So who is going to find out? Humans are only going to find out the other concepts which are more useful than AI. So you have to do the natural workout for gaining more knowledge. That is my view. So you agree with this totally?
Yeah,
Okay, great,
absolutely.
great, great. So yeah, any age group you suggest that, suppose you are
Yeah,
telling age that where you
see,
have suicide done
it
suicide
it,
serial,
it
any age
should
limit?
be, it should be restricted till the age of 21 years, because that is the time of for it's a formative age when we are learning, we are growing, or everything, you know we are actually growing our life. It should lot of developmental issue things happen.
Yeah.
If we focus more on this kind of things, it will be very difficult for us to become normal in our later life.
Yeah, exactly. It will create behavioral issues.
Yeah,
It will create behavioral issues.
absolutely.
So you should develop yourself in a natural way to a certain limit of age, and then it is okay. In our generation, people, we have developed ourselves in a natural way for 40 years, 45 years, 50 years, something like that. And now we are opting for AI. That for us, it is very good. We are feeling very good. No, we are getting it soon. We are getting it fast. We did not give it digital creator and all these things. But a person who was working as a digital creator in the very initial stage as graphic creator or the design creator, he is directly approaching the AI system and getting it created automatically. So definitely his brainstorming will be less in compared to the people what the old school people have done it. Okay, fine. It's a very good talks we have done, Dr. Chakravarti. Shall we
Thank you
close
so
the
much.